Lin Xiao, tell me why your radar can evade military radar scanning. Lin Xiao. Sir, when overloading pigs, I need to avoid using a speed radar and pay less money. What's wrong with the Photon radar that scans 5,000 targets simultaneously with an accuracy of 0.1 meters? Lin Xiao. Sir, I was monitoring the 3,000 wild boars I raised. So what about a distributed missile that can be launched simultaneously and can lock 5,000 targets at the same time with an accuracy of no more than 1 centimeter? Lin Xiao. That's the syringe I use to vaccinate pigs, not a missile. Lin Xiao, I officially inform you that your equipment has been accepted by the army. Lin Xiao. Isn't it? I'm just a pig seller, I just want to make money and get rich. Upon hearing Lin Xiao's words, several elderly men with stars on their shoulders outside couldn't help but clench their fists and say, send him to my special enlistment and give him a school-level military rank. Don't try to run away. Feilu Novel Network reminds you that this novel and its characters are purely fictional. If there are any similarities, they are purely coincidental and should not be imitated. Chapter 1. The Most Advanced Radar, Face-to-Face Opening. You are listening at Novel Full.audio. Southwest Mountainous Area. 2 military jeeps, 5 armored vehicles, and 3 personnel carriers were traveling on the mountain roads at a slow speed of only 40 to 50 miles. A colonel is sitting in a jeep, holding a map in one hand and a pen in the other, carefully looking at the map. He is wearing headphones around his neck. Chen Shua, I have given you a death order. You are in charge of the ground communication camp for me, and I will definitely scan the situation 3 kilometers around the command center for me. This time, it is a big competition among the 10 regiments of the Southwest Military Region. I don't want to be laughed at again, do you hear me? The colonel roared at the walkie-talkie. His name is LV Gang, the independent commander of the Southwest Military Region Special Support Brigade. Report to the team leader, don't worry this time. I, Chen Shua, promise to complete the task. A young voice came from the nearby radio station. You can guarantee it, 2 years ago, my command center couldn't even make a phone call. 2 years ago, my command center was bombed by someone using a drone. Last year, when I was transferring, I was hit in the head with a sniper rifle. That's what you said, damn it. Upon hearing Chen Shua's words, LV Gang's voice immediately increased by 8 degrees. If Chen Shua were in front of him, he would probably have pointed at his nose and started spraying. Hi, hi. Several soldiers around me, wanting to laugh but not daring to, could only bite their lips, hold back their internal injuries, and their bodies trembled. LV Gang gave these guys a fierce glare, and the soldiers quickly turned their heads, afraid that the regimental leader would lose his temper, and ask them to carry a load of 10 kilometers. Report to the team leader, we are just a new communication device. It is the top-level communication system of the Research Institute, with anti-interference, high accuracy, and a wide range. Please believe me once, team leader. Chen Shua's voice came through the walkie-talkie, firm and loud. Okay, if you make another mistake for me this time, I'll change your position as the Logistics Support Battalion Commander. LV Gang said almost angrily. Yes, Brigadier General, let alone changing my position. If there are any more problems this time, you can have my head. Chen Shua also shouted angrily. Okay. That's what you said, I'll wait. LV Gang finally had a slight smile on his face. The soldiers he leads must scream. Captain, rest assured and guarantee to complete the task. Chen Shua, who was in a command car several kilometers away, was sweating on his forehead. Because of this, he has been scolded by LV Gang for 3 years. However, LV Gang scolded and returned, but he still applied for the most advanced radar command system, which is why he dared to boast. Okay, then you can monitor the situation within 3 kilometers of me in real time, report any disturbance to me, and there will be the first military exercise in 3 days. I don't want to be beheaded again. LV Gang said. Yes, I will monitor the 3 kilometers around you in real time now. Don't worry, with me around, even a fly cannot fly over. Please wait for me for 15 seconds, leader. Chen Shua said very seriously. Then, LV Gang heard the order from Chen Shua over there. Now, LV Gang smiled. Hee, with the new equipment, there shouldn't be any problem, right? This time, I don't think anyone dares to laugh at me. We can't always be the last, can we? Said LV Gang proudly. The soldier next to him dared not speak and pretended not to hear. The 10th second. Report to the brigade commander, we have conducted an investigation within 3 kilometers of your surroundings and have not found any suspicious vehicles or objects. Please give instructions. Upon hearing Chen Shua say so, LV Gang smiled. Okay, I understand. Let's continue exploring. I demand that you proficiently use the latest equipment in the shortest possible time. This time, I'll give you all my face, said LV Gang. Yes, you can rest assured that there is nothing wrong. Chen Shua said seriously. Didi. Just as LU Gang was about to give a friendly compliment, a beeping sound came from the left rear. LV Gang's walkie-talkie hasn't hung up yet, so he turned his head and looked over. At this glance, he was stunned. I saw a blue box truck passing by them at a speed of over 70 miles per hour. Then, in the eyes of LV Gang and several soldiers, they slowly surpassed their military vehicles. The driver was a young man, looking at them excitedly through the passenger window. The faint and elusive singing came from the passenger window. The king called me to patrol the mountains, hi, hoo hi. And as he passed by LV Gang's military jeep, the young man blew him a kiss. I knock, military vehicle, so handsome, I knock, colonel, so handsome. The young man's shout, if it were normal, LV Gang would have drifted away long ago, but now, LV Gang's face instantly turned black. At this moment, the box truck had already surpassed him. The little driver saw that LV Gang was looking at him and even blinked at him, giving him a wink. Just then, on the side of the small container car, there was a picture of Peppa Pig with a smile that seemed to mock him. Then, the blue box truck overtook the military vehicles one by one, and finally disappeared on the distant mountain road. Chen Shua, I'm going to shoot you. LU Gang's anger surged up in an instant, and he roared almost angrily towards the walkie-talkie. Chen Shua, who was across from the walkie-talkie, trembled with fear and quickly spoke up, Captain, what's wrong with you? I didn't do anything either. Everyone knows that LV Gang has a temper, but it's too unpredictable. Today's LV Gang, according to Chen Shua's understanding in recent years, is definitely not right. What didn't you do? I asked you, how did you answer me earlier? Did you say there were no vehicles or suspicious targets around? LV Gang suppressed his anger and asked. Chen Shua was startled and immediately checked the radar information. After confirming that it was correct, he spoke up, yes, Captain, not really. But then, LV Gang's voice came out loud, as if using the sound of a cruise ship's flute. Fuck you, half a minute ago, just when you said there were no suspicious targets, a blue box truck ran over my face at a speed of 70 miles per hour, overtook the marching team, and flew away. If it were a battle, I would have been crushed back and forth by his wheels into mud. New book, Seeking Flowers, Evaluation. Qingming outing and happy reading. Charge 100 and get 500 VIP coupons. Immediate recharge, activity period. April 4th to April 6th. Chapter 2. Only unable to locate blue box trucks. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Impossible. Chen Shua was shocked. He immediately adjusted the equipment and had his subordinates retrieve records. But on the radar, there are no target traces. What blue box truck? It's impossible to have such a big goal without prompts. Impossible. Are you saying that I lied to you? Everyone told him. Did they see a box-type page truck pass by you? LV Gang roared angrily at the walkie-talkie. Report, indeed a blue box truck overtook us. Report, indeed a blue box truck overtook us. Report. With the sound of reports, sweat flowed down Chinshua's forehead in an instant. Chinshua, what else do you have to say? LV Gangji asked. Chief. Chinshua's legs were trembling. Are we going to die? I'll give you 15 minutes, immediately appear in front of me, and participate in a damn military exercise. Stop all the cars for me and stand by. Squeak. Squeak. At one point, more than 10 military vehicles all stopped. I'll be there soon. In 15 minutes. 3 command vehicles have arrived. After Chinshua got off the car, he saw LV Gang's gloomy face at first glance. Chinshua, you'd better give me a reasonable explanation. Is it because your people don't know how to use new equipment, or because your battalion commander doesn't want to do it? LV Gang didn't care about so much and cursed fiercely. Captain, these devices are all new ones that have just entered the research institute. They are all devices that have been tested in the research institute. This is indeed a bit of a cult. On the way, Chinshua has already checked the equipment and there is indeed no problem. Can you explain to me what's going on? LU Gang had already had someone remove the driving recorder and threw it into Chinshua's hand. When Chinshua saw the blue van in the dash cam, his face turned green. The description is correct, the time is correct, and the environment is correct. This is indeed a van he passed when talking to LV Gang. Peppa Pig on the side and back of the van is so conspicuous. How else can you explain? Chinshua wiped the sweat off his forehead and said, Chief, there is really no problem with my equipment. The soldiers have excellent skills and operate completely according to the operating procedures. Please review them, Chief. Chinshua knew that nothing could be said at this moment. LV Gang gritted his teeth and pointed his finger at Chinshua. To be honest, Chinshua is one of the talents of the Southwest military region, and apart from him, there is really no one available for LV Gang. He immediately boarded the command car. Retrieve records from 15 minutes ago for me. Yes. Although LV Gang doesn't understand the details, he still knows some operations. Quickly, the radar information was retrieved. Retrieve satellite images of the time period for me. Yes. Quickly, the satellite image was transmitted with the satellite image of the just moving moment. Just as the blue van overtook his military vehicle, he immediately pressed the pause button. Chinshua, how do you explain? Although I don't know why it's not on the radar, LV Gang still needs an explanation. Chief, this device has really been tested and hasn't been missed in the past few days. Not to mention a van, even a bicycle can detect it. Look, there's a motorcycle approaching here. The place he marked is 5 kilometers away. Quickly, a motorcycle passed by them. Chinshua's sweat never went down and kept appearing on his forehead, flowing down his cheeks. The military exercise was about to begin, and if it still failed due to logistical issues, he would really have a big problem. I thought of it, Captain. I'm just positioning this small box truck right now, and I don't believe it will still cause problems when it comes together so precisely. As the commander of the logistics support camp, Chinshua has his pride. He still doesn't believe that the equipment broke down when it came up. It's like seeing a ghost. It has to be said that Chinshua's reaction ability is indeed good. He immediately started targeting the target. Follow my command and immediately expand the search. At a speed of 70 miles per hour, expand the linear search range of satellites and radar to 50 kilometers. 3D imaging, give me a detailed top view of the surrounding mountain roads. This road is 300 kilometers long, and within 50 kilometers of the straight line ahead, there are only 2 forks. Please find me the current location of the blue box truck. Yes. 6 soldiers, immediately take action. As the team leader, LV Gang naturally knows that losing his temper cannot solve any problems. He sat in the command car, waiting for Chinshua to retrieve the venue for himself. It has to be said that several soldiers also carry anger. They are all members of the same battalion, and if punished, they will all be punished together. Everyone prospers, everyone loses. In less than half a minute, soldiers will report. Report, all targets within 50 kilometers have been marked. Report, the satellite has imaged the main screen and the official terrain map within 50 kilometers has been imaged. Report, the road ahead is 40 kilometers, with a straight distance of 15 kilometers. A blue box truck was found. But just what? Upon hearing the previous report, Cheng said he was still very happy, but after this, his face didn't look good. We can only locate this van by satellite, but our radar and satellite signals do not have its target point. What? Chinshua was surprised. This kind of thing is impossible. Scan all individuals for me. Report, all individual scans have been completed and there are no issues. The soldier was also puzzled. LV Gang also leaned forward, frowning tightly. For a moment, the command car quieted down. That's right, everything is marked on the device, but there's no blue box truck. Give me another command car. Yes. Quickly, the equipment on the second car detected the same result. Now, LV Gang was stunned. Captain, there's something wrong with this car. Chinshua couldn't help but say, this car can either block radar or have jammers. But we are the most advanced radar equipment. No need to say much, LV Gang's face immediately darkened. Contact the traffic police, the company, with a search warrant. LV Gang ordered directly. Yes. New books, seeking collection, flowers, reviews. Qingming outing and happy reading. Charge 100 and get 500 VIP coupons. Immediate recharge, activity period. April 4th to April 6th. Chapter 3. 22 years old. Pig farm owner. There is a problem. You are listening at novel full.audio. If this problem is not solved, neither LV Gang nor Chinshua can sleep. Military equipment is all precision instruments, far superior to civilian use. The most important thing is that when it comes to the military, it is distributed to the most professional personnel. As a logistics support elite, although Chinshua lost the previous competition, he can still distinguish the quality of the equipment. We must investigate today's situation thoroughly. Report to the team leader, we have already contacted the traffic police. According to the information sent by our sister units, the car owner is an orphan named Lin Xiao. After graduating 2 years ago, he sold off his wealth and invested in a pig farm in the deep mountains hundreds of miles away. When looking at the data on the tablet, LV Gang furrowed his brow. Name: Lin Xiao. Age: 22 years old. Education: Associate degree, graduated from the Department of Mechanical Engineering at Transmission University. Resume: Orphan, whose parents passed away at the age of 12, leaving behind an old-fashioned house. 3 years ago, the house was demolished and sold. After approval in the deep mountains, they purchased a mountain top as a breeding farm. The name of the breeding farm is Want to get rich first, raise pigs. Profit from the previous year: 100,000 yuan. Last year's profit: 2 million. Hey, this young man can earn 2 million at the age of 22. Let's go, I'm going to find this kid. LV Gang immediately ordered after seeing the information. Yes. Some puzzles that are not solved can make it difficult to sleep and eat. Whether it's equipment discrimination ability or signal blocking, there must be an explanation, otherwise the exercise in 3 days will still be farting. Somewhere halfway up the mountain. The blue van with a picture of Peppa Pig arrived, passed through a wooden gate, and arrived at a house completely made of wood. Squeak. The car parked in the nearby garage. Although this is halfway up the mountain and there aren't many people coming, the pure wood villa on the second floor is still very nice. On the side, there are also several wooden houses with a large area, which are warehouses and tool rooms. Here, surrounded by mountains and rivers, the trees are lush. The first floor has an area of 300 square meters, and there is a large terrace just above the garage. As the car was parked, Lin Xiao got off the car. "My Zizi, I made another 200,000 yuan. I can continue to purchase materials later." Lin Xiao. 22 years old. He is 1.8 meters tall and has a slender figure. He threw his sunglasses into the car, then closed the door and entered the house through the small door next to him. "Yaoji, turn on the water heater with a water temperature of 70. Have some Cantonese old songs. Make me 2 home-cooked dishes." As soon as he entered the room, Lin Xiao took off his clothes and said, "Good master." A gentle voice came, and immediately, the water heater in the nearby bathroom turned on. "The bitter sand, the feeling of blowing pain on my face," faint music played. Lin Xiao followed the rhythm and blocked 2/3 of the room windows. Just as Lin Xiao entered the bathroom, a buzzing sound came from the kitchen. Then, 2 robotic arms, a football-sized head with 2 pairs of electronic eyes flashing, came down from the ceiling. The robotic arm opened the refrigerator, scanned the ingredients inside, and immediately picked them up. According to the owner's physical condition and constitution, it is necessary to supplement protein and vitamin C. We are currently making tomato stir-fried eggs and boiled fish slices. 2 robotic arms made a slight sound of teeth, and immediately began washing vegetables and tidying up fish, and at this moment, the sound of splashing water in the bathroom never stopped. In 15 minutes, a police car, followed by a dozen military vehicles, has already parked on the mountain halfway up the mountain. Command the inside of the vehicle. "Leader, this is the pig farming farm where you want to get rich first. Are you sure it's Lin Xiao?" a middle-aged man in police uniform asked. "Sure, 20 minutes ago, that van with Page entered here. Look." LV Gang pointed to the aerial view on the screen and said. "The aerial view here is clearly visible, along with the blue box truck." "Okay, but Lin Xiao is a good child. He used to have poor family conditions and was an orphan. With today's achievements, he's pretty good." "He hasn't done anything, has he?" the uniformed man continued to ask. "Well, it's hard to say, but from your tone, do you know him?" LV Gang asked. "Well, his father and I are comrades in arms. When he was 12 years old, his father sacrificed himself and his mother got into a car accident." The uniformed man thought for a moment and said. LV Gang and Chen Shua were taken aback for a moment, hesitating for a moment. "Don't worry, Lao Lu, you'll be in the car first. We'll go then." "Don't worry, it's not a big problem." LV Gang patted Lao Lu's shoulder and said. "No, the problem is not significant, that is, the radar cannot scan it. But if people know that there is a problem with the military radar and ignore this car, then the problem will be a bit big." Success. Although it is a sister unit, it is not a system after all, and old Lu can only nod. Lin Xiao, who came out of the shower, changed into a new outfit. At this moment, his food had already been prepared, and Lin Xiao's appetite was aroused when he smelled the aroma. "Yaoji, your craftsmanship is getting better and better. I will upgrade my equipment in the future to create a more free-loving body for you," Lin Xiao said while eating. "Yaoji, thank you very much, master." On the ceiling, the round white head is squinted with white eyes. "Didi, outsiders are invading. We have detected that the other party is armed and has invaded 10 people's territory. Master, please be prepared." While eating at Lin Buffon's place, Yao Ji suddenly made an alarm sound. At the same time, the doors and windows of the entire house began to close. Lin Xiao was taken aback, rolled on the sofa, and looked outside. Dee. The sound of an alarm rang out in this two-story villa. LV Gang, Chen Shua and others were stunned. Is this an alarm? Something's wrong, Captain. You step back and the others prepare for battle. When Chen Shua heard the alarm, his first reaction was that there was a problem. Who installed alarms at home? If it weren't for any illegal activities, it wouldn't be so vigilant. Plus, with no one around for 100 miles, there is only one pig farm here in Lin Xiao. As a soldier, I instinctively become alert. Click. The soldier behind immediately opened the insurance. New books, seeking flowers, reviews, various data. Qingming outing and happy reading. Charge 100 and get 500 VIP coupons. Immediate recharge, activity period. April 4th to April 6th. Chapter 4. Shouldn't overtake you or wink at you. You are listening at Novel Full.audio. Soldiers. Lin Xiao, lying by the window, stared at the figures of several people, all dressed in military uniforms, for a moment. Is he the owner of a pig farm? Is it illegal? He didn't do anything else except sell pigs. If it weren't for looking at the red stars on their shoulders, Lin Xiao would have wanted to resist. After pondering for 3 seconds, Lin Xiao looked up at Yaoji and said, Yaoji, turn off the alarm. Lin Xiao felt that there must be some misunderstanding here. The alarm sound is turned off. Lin Xiao was still wearing pajamas. He took a coat from the side and walked towards the door. No matter what, first ask clearly before proceeding. Ping. But who would have thought that as soon as Lin Xiao arrived at the door of the room, the door instantly shattered, and then 6 or 7 people rushed in. Don't move, hold your head in both hands. Squat down. At that moment, these people showed absolute combat power. 2 of them approached and aimed their guns at Lin Xiao, while 5 searched other parts of the room. They even went upstairs and to the garage. Report, no abnormalities. Report, there are no abnormalities in the garage. Report, there are no abnormalities on the 2nd floor. When the soldiers reported the situation within 10 seconds, Lin Xiao furrowed his brows, hugged his head with both hands, and looked at the person who had just appeared at the door. Is it you? This person Lin Xiao has seen before. It is the high-ranking official on the military vehicle that Lin Xiao surpassed before. LV Gang walked in from outside, looked at the room, then stared at Lin Xiao, and then looked up and down at him for a while. Are you Lin Xiao? LV Gang asked. This person is too young, really only 22 years old, but he looks very handsome and clean. Although wearing pajamas, it still looks very comfortable. It's me, you are. Lin Xiao is puzzled. Sensing the owner being threatened, the self-defense system is activated. Before Lu Gang could answer, an infrared scanning light quickly scanned throughout the room. Immediately after, the light from the spherical object that appeared from the ceiling turned red in an instant. Kaka kaka. With a mechanical sound, at least 10 robotic arms came down from the ceiling. These robotic arms had 5 fingers, and at the palm position, 2 circular holes only the thickness of the index finger appeared. One laser shot out and hit the eyebrows of several people entering the room, while the other began to rotate. At the same time, the originally damaged gate suddenly had a steel plate falling from above, blocking the exit. Wow! After seeing such a scene, the soldiers present were instantly shocked. They turned their guns around and aimed them at these robotic arms. Yaoji, disarm. Lin Xiao was startled and immediately gave the order. Yes, master. As the female voice came, the infrared rays disappeared, and all the robotic arms automatically retracted back into the ceiling, while the door behind them had already risen again. Only these shocked and bewildered soldiers are left here. LV Gang and Chen Shua opened their mouths wide and looked at the ceiling around them. Then, he rubbed his eyes. He even pinched his own cheek. Just now, what happened? All of them were confused. We're just targeted. Almost killed. Chen Shua swallowed a mouthful of water and said in a daze. Just now, those robotic arms and eyeballs, they still remember vividly, but just 5 seconds after they came out, they all went back. I didn't give them any time to react. It's not that they didn't react quickly enough, it's just that things were too sudden. Hi, everyone, what are you looking for me for? I am a law-abiding citizen and have never done anything against the law. Lin Xiao smiled bitterly. He seems to have exposed something, he must quickly deceive it. Lin Xiao, the traveler. I just graduated 2 years ago and traveled to this world. Moreover, it has also acquired a technological system. Because rewards are the most basic and in this peaceful parallel world of the Dragon Kingdom, he naturally chose to quietly make a fortune. So, we built a pig farm here. However, some things exceed the normal decoration range of ordinary families. LV Gang looked at Lin Xiao with a calm expression on his face. His face turned black in an instant. He had a feeling that this Lin Xiao was not simple, absolutely not simple. This house is designed with robotic arms and armed firepower, so it shouldn't be something that a 22-year-old should have. A bold idea formed in LV Gang's mind. Lin Xiao, I am LV Gang, the commander of the 3rd Army Corps in the Southwest Military Region. Are you sure you don't know why we're looking for you? LV Gang said with a serious expression on his face. Looking for me. Lin Xiao thought for a while, but couldn't figure out why. Looking at the traffic police officer at the door of the room, Lin Xiao tentatively asked, is it because I overtook the military vehicle? Impossible, there are no legal provisions prohibiting overtaking military vehicles. Comrade, no, this leader, I admit I was driving a bit fast just now. Lin Xiao can bend and stretch, waved his hand and said. Lu Gang's dark face trembled uncontrollably at the corner of his mouth, saying, is that what I'm talking about? Isn't that right? That's because I gave you a wink. I don't mean anything else, I just see that you look more handsome in military uniform. Lin Xiao said again. Hi. Lu was just winked by someone. Both Chen Shua and the soldiers who came in started coughing dry. Who doesn't know the name of LV Gang? He has a dark face and a fierce temper, but he didn't expect the young man in front of him to wink at him. Chen Shua all felt that the reason why LV Gang approached Lin Xiao was because Lin Xiao was a wink. Who is not good to flirt with? You flirt with a black face and evil spirit. Lu Gang only felt the corners of his mouth twitching again. Fart, don't be so slippery. I'll ask you, what's the situation with your page van? LV Gang asked with a dark face. New book, Seeking Flower Evaluation, Qingming outing and happy reading. Charge 100 and get 500 VIP coupons. Immediate recharge, activity period. April 4th to April 6th. Chapter 5. I'm Overspeed, Captain. There's an issue with the painting. You are listening at Novel Full.audio. Page van. The one I'm delivering pigs to. Lin Xiao suddenly realized. I'm sorry, Chief. I'll change that page tomorrow and I won't draw a page on the van anymore, Lin Xiao said confidently. You little cunning. LV Gang exploded in an instant, pointing at Lin Xiao. You couldn't speak for a while. Comrade, our regimental leader didn't mean that. Can we take a look at your car? Chen Shua quickly approached and asked. Lu Gang may have been more aggressive towards them, but seeing Lin Xiao as a pure and innocent child may have scared him. Well. Lin Xiao was stunned for a moment. He finally knew what was going on. Was this discovered? Okay, that's the garage over there. Lin Xiao knew that if he didn't let them check, he probably wouldn't be able to pass today. I can only point to the garage door next to me and say, "Okay, don't worry, it won't take up too much time. By the way, where are the car keys?" Chen Shua asked. Lin Xiao had no choice but to give him the car key. "Come on." As Chen Shua called out, several soldiers immediately followed suit, holding several devices in their hands. Lin Xiao could only keep up. In the garage, several soldiers immediately checked up. But the data on that device is not visible to Lin Xiao. He couldn't help but walk towards the door, but as soon as he arrived at the garage entrance, he was blocked by LV Gang. "Kid, don't try to run away. I wasn't sure before, but now I can be completely sure. You kid has something to hide from me." Watching Chen Shua and others busy checking, LV Gang smiled and said, "Hi, how can I? You're at the university level, and I'm just a pig seller. What tricks can I play?" Lin Xiao smiled and said. However, Lin Xiao saw that Chen Shua's face began to look strange. LV Gang also discovered the problem. He didn't go over, but gave Lin Xiao a sideways glance. "Start the car and try driving it out," Chen Shua ordered. A soldier immediately went up and slowly drove the car out. When Lin Xiao saw this scene, he silently took a step back. Chen Shua kept typing on the computer, his face becoming increasingly ugly. "Let the command car in, I need data." "Yes." "There are 2 soldiers, immediately use walkie-talkies to contact." A command car immediately drove in, but Chen Shua's face had turned extremely black. "Search for me." Chen Shua finally couldn't help it anymore, and 3 soldiers went up and began rummaging through boxes and cabinets. But after searching for a full 5 minutes, nothing was found. Lin Xiao's eyes flickered and he looked around, pretending to be calm. This examination takes a full 15 minutes. Chen Shua's forehead was sweating. His gaze occasionally turned towards Lin Xiao. "Report to the team leader, the car is fine and there is no shield, but it cannot be locked by the radar. I have tried scanning with 3 types of radar, but the reason cannot be found," Chen Shua said to LV Gang. It is evident that he carries a strong sense of defeat. LV Gang and Chen Shua looked at Lin Xiao at the same time. The smile on LV Gang's face immediately piled up and he said, "Lin Xiao, won't you tell me about the problem with your car? Or, can I take you to my legion and train with me slowly? I knock." Lin Xiao stepped back repeatedly, waved his hand, and said with a smile, Hi, that's not necessary. Alright, I'll show my case. My van has indeed undergone some modifications to reduce fines. As you know, it's not easy for ordinary people to do business, but I abide by laws and regulations in the city, and I even speed up on mountain roads. LV Gang and Chen Shua looked at Lin Xiao with a strange expression, including a traffic police officer behind them. Are you still speeding? Chen Shua couldn't help but ask. Lin Xiao immediately looked heartbroken and said, Yes, I just came back from delivering the goods and broke into a speed zone. Actually, there's no need to trouble the troops to come. In this case, I'm willing to pay a fine. Upon hearing Lin Xiao's words, LV Gang's face turned black again. Kid, don't be careless with me. I'm not a vegetarian either. I said, what have you modified your small truck? Why can't military radars scan it? LV Gang couldn't help but notice that Lin Xiao was deliberately shifting the topic. Chen Shua also looked over and stared fixedly at Lin Xiao. Lin Xiao knew that it was completely impossible to conceal. Just looking at the leader in front of him, it was not easy to provoke. He was just trying to secretly make a fortune. He turned pale and said, That's because my van was just painted by me. LV Gang and Chen Shua exchanged a glance, only the paint was left, but what kind of paint? LV Gang asked. Lin Xiao looked at LV Gang and said, It's the one from Peppa Pig. I added some nanomaterials into the paint, which can absorb electromagnetic waves. Light waves, infrared waves. Sound waves. As Lin Xiao spoke, LV Gang and Chen Shua's eyes widened and widened. New book, Seeking Flowers, evaluation tickets, Qingming outing and happy reading. Charge 100 and get 500 VIP coupons. Immediate recharge, activity period. April 4th to April 6th. Chapter 6. The 99A tank is painted with Peppa Pig. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Wait a moment, what are you saying? Not only did LV Gang get startled, but Chen Shua next to him also got startled. Absorb electromagnetic waves. Light waves. Still absorbing infrared waves. Can sound waves also absorb? The two of them repeated what Lin Xiao had just said, their faces full of disbelief. With their wide eyes and mouth, they seemed to have seen some kind of ghost. The two of them looked at each other and saw the shock in their eyes. All along, countries have been developing more precise radars, but similarly, they are also studying various coating materials in the hope of avoiding radar. However, the most advanced radar technology and anti-radar systems have always been advancing side by side, competing against each other like spears and shields. But now Lin Xiao has actually developed this anti-radar coating, which can avoid the most advanced military radar of the Dragon Kingdom. So if this technology falls into the hands of his LV Gang, I knock. Lu Gang looked at Lin Xiao and his eyes were all shining. Oh, little brother Lin Xiao, you're young and promising. Come on, sit down and talk. LV Gang said, pulling Lin Xiao to a nearby position. There is a pure wooden table and chair there. LV Gang pressed Lin Xiao into the chair and gave a glance to the two soldiers, who immediately stood behind Lin Xiao. But Chen Shua was even more exaggerated. He took out a notebook from somewhere and sat on the side of LV Gang. He took out a pen from his pocket and started writing with brush and brush. Upon seeing a teapot on the table, LV Gang immediately poured a cup of tea for Lin Xiao and brought it to him. Lin Xiao looked at the two soldiers behind him with guns and bright eyes, and then at the gaze of LV Gang looking at the little white rabbit, he couldn't help but shrink his body. What else can we avoid electromagnetic waves, light waves, sound waves, and infrared rays? You say. LV Gang placed his hand on the table, grabbed the edge of the table with his right hand, leaned forward, and asked with bright eyes. Hi, that's to say, it can also isolate low and high temperatures, and prevent corrosion and rust. Lin Xiao whispered. Lin Xiao said, and Chen Shua next to him immediately brushed and recorded. Okay, what else is there? How much of this paint is left now? Can we adjust the color? LV Gang continued to ask. Lin Xiao said, there's nothing else left. You know, even if you stick your face to it, the enemy's radar won't be able to find it. As for the remaining paint, I still have a car, but I just need to adjust the color. It's a bit troublesome, it'll take a few days. Lin Xiao thought for a moment before answering. Is there only one car left? How long do you need to adjust the color? LV just frowned excitedly and asked. Adjusting the color takes 5 days. Lin Xiao thought for a moment and said. 5 days. So long. LV Gang pondered for a moment before saying, can you cover a tank with the paint you have now? Well. It's possible, but. Lin Xiao hesitated a bit. But what? However, it's a bit troublesome. My paint is a mixed paint, formed in one go. Lin Xiao explained. LV Gang thought for a moment and said, Lin Xiao, I'll take your paint and paint a tank. Can you sell it to me? Are you sure about this? Lin Xiao asked. Of course, if you give me a count, I won't take your things for nothing. I can buy them at a high price. LV Gang patted his chest and said. It's not necessary to buy it. We are military and civilian families, and I can paint it for you for free, but you need to park the tank in the garage. Lin Xiao looked at the tank in the distance and said. Why? LV Gang asked. Lin Xiao smiled mysteriously and said, the fuel is in my painting equipment and cannot be produced. I can only go into paint. However, don't worry too long, it only takes 10 minutes. Chen Shua, bring me a tank. LV Gang immediately ordered. Captain, if tanks are painted, will it not comply with regulations? Chen Shua became somewhat worried. How can we change the paint for military vehicles or military equipment tanks? There's so much nonsense, I'll hold on to something. When I win the acting, even if I paint the tank as a pig's head, no one will care about me. LV Gang said stubbornly. Lin Xiao. Hi. Seeing LV Gang and Chen Shua looking over, Lin Xiao tilted his head and pretended not to see anything. Chen Shua looked at LV Gang and thought that his radar couldn't even catch him. He gritted his teeth and immediately called for someone to drive a tank. Lin Xiao's eyes immediately lit up as he watched a state-of-the-art tank drive in. 99A. Previously, it was just a quick glance, but now seeing the 99A drive in, even Lin Xiao's eyes lit up. Ha, isn't he very handsome? LV Gang looked at Lin Xiao's excited expression and patted him on the shoulder, asking. 99A, 15 years of military parade, carrying the 70-year equipment of victory, with a maximum road speed of 80 km, off-road speed of 60 km per hour, maximum range of 800 miles, equipped with 125mm smoothbore gun. Weighing 55 tons, equipped with a horizontal tracking angular velocity of 45 degrees per second and a pitch angle of 40 degrees per second of laser suppression, who wouldn't love it? Upon seeing this tank, Lin Xiao immediately revealed the tank's data. Kid, I didn't expect to know you quite well. If I hadn't checked your information, I would have treated you like a spy. Alright, the tank's in. Where's your paint? I'll have someone go get it. LV Gang said. No need, just let someone come out. Lin Xiao licked his lips and looked at LV Gang again. Are you sure you won't wait a few days? I can't change the color and distribution of the paint. LV Gang's eyes widened and he said, don't talk nonsense, hurry up. Cheng, Yaoji. As Lin Xiao shouted, a white mechanical head corresponding to a connecting rod appeared again above the garage, and the LED eyes were still flashing. To paint this tank with nano fuel, it needs to be completely covered. Lin Xiao ordered. Good master. Suddenly, red beams of light began scanning data, and a 3D simulation of the tank's shape immediately appeared on the wall in front of the garage. Scanning completed. Painting connection in progress, painting begins, please do not approach. As the mechanical synthesized sound sounded, several spray guns appeared above the garage and surrounded the tank. Pang! With a soft sound, the color of the tank instantly turned blue, but Lu Gang's exclamation came. I knock, Peppa Pig. New book Seeking Flowers, evaluation ticket. Qingming outing and happy reading. Charge 100 and get 500 VIP coupons. Immediate recharge, activity period. April 4th to April 6th. Chapter 7. Good pink, good tender, good cute. You are listening at Novel Full.audio. That's right. On the left and right sides of the 99A tank, one side is a cute, pink Peppa Pig. All the soldiers present looked at LV Gang with their mouths wide open. This is so pink, so tender, so cute, Lin Xiao. LU Gang shouted angrily and turned his head to look at Lin Xiao. Lin Xiao ignored the other person's gaze and spread his hand, saying, as I said, there's only a little left, and it's all in the paint bucket. And I asked you if you really want to paint, it's not my business. Lu Gang was feeling depressed. Gang Lin Xiao asked him, but... You didn't say anything. Damn it, you're such a pig. Chinchua was beside me wanting to laugh. The other soldiers couldn't help but laugh. He even said before that he couldn't paint a pig's head. Now it's over, it's really a pig's head. Lu Gang's face changed from white to black, from black to green, and then from green to red. I don't know if Lu Gang's hometown is from Sichuan, with its own traditional culture. I endure, for the sake of victory, I endure. After a long time, LV just suppressed his unhappiness and glared fiercely at Lin Xiao. Chinchua, give me an experiment. Yes. On this side of the pig farm, deep into the mountains, there are hardly anyone coming, and the roads are casually opened. After driving out at lightning speed with Pages 99A, the two command vehicles activated various radars and scans. LV Gang and Chinchua personally went to command the car to check the data. The car was clearly going out at the entrance several tens of meters away, but the radar couldn't scan it, and even infrared scanning couldn't do it. LV Gang was instantly excited again. The 99A tank quickly increased its speed and disappeared on the mountain road in the blink of an eye. A few turns were blocked by the mountains and trees. It's gone, really it's gone. LV Gang touched his face. This feeling is really amazing. Captain, this time, we can definitely have a ghost tank. As long as we bring it to the red and blue theater, it will disappear directly. Chinchua said excitedly. Okay, unfortunately, only this tank can be hidden. If we hide two command cars or install a motorcycle. LV Gang's eyes lit up and he turned to look at Lin Xiao. Lin Xiao pretended not to hear and tilted his head to look at the fish soup in the distance. The fish in the soup should be growing up soon, and when the time comes, they can be grilled and eaten. Quickly, the tank car rolled back in a circle. Looking at this tank, LV Gang looked around and around, almost carving his love on the tank. Kid, let's go. I have something else to ask you. Lu Gang pulled Lin Xiao to the seat next to him, rubbed his hands, and said, Lin Xiao, can you change the paint to another color in 5 days? For example, camouflage green or land yellow. Sure. That's right, I won't hide it from you either. In 3 days, I will have a military exercise. If I win the battle in 3 days, I will come to work with you again. I hope you can paint at least 20 cars for me. LV Gang directly made the condition and said. Is it 20? This is quite simple, but... Lin Xiao scratched his fingers. You little kid, you're a little slippery. Don't worry, I'm purchasing military supplies at a high price, but there's one thing, I don't want Page anymore. Lu Gang felt a little tearful when he saw the pink Page. Deal. If you can sell money, then there's no problem. Okay, you can't tell anyone about this, it's our secret. LV Gang said seriously. Such high-tech coatings require coming to him. He had already planned to find someone to study and see if there were any other uses after this exercise. It was too late now and he had to go to the exercise site. No problem, Lin Xiao is also a businessman, making money is the most important. You just want to buy it out, I won't sell it to others. Lin Xiao patted his chest and said. Cheng, little one, we have a pleasant cooperation. By the way, there's one more thing. LV Gang became serious again. You say it. What's wrong with the robotic arms in your room and garage? LV Gang asked. Just no. Lin Xiao knew that LV Gang would ask. He turned his eyes and said, well, as you know, building a farm here alone can be boring at times, and since I studied mechanical engineering in college, I became a functional robot butler. If we were bad people, could you really shoot us? LV Gang narrowed his eyes and said. Cough. Lin Xiao was almost choked, feeling the momentum on LV Gang's body. This guy deserves to be the leader. How could that be? You know, It's deep in the mountains and forests, and it's close to the border. If there are a few bad guys coming, I have to be a bit defensive, right? Then there are marbles inside the bicycle wheels, which can at most make people lose their combat power. Lin Xiao said with a relaxed expression. Is that so? He's lying. LV Gang immediately realized this problem, but he didn't point it out. This little guy has secrets on him that he can explore slowly. Of course, I'm just a recent college graduate who wants to sell some wild pork and make money. My dream is to retire at the age of 30. That's right, that's Lin Xiao's goal. Traveling through time, it's boring to fight and kill. Make money. Earned money, fragrant car beauties have everything. Cheng, that's all for today. This is my phone number, you can contact me if you have anything. LV Gang looked at Lin Xiao's room and said with a smile. He really doesn't have time today and needs to decorate it. When he comes next time, he will definitely plan and explore Lin Xiao's secret carefully. His repair warehouse is still short of people. Lin Xiao can't go, and even a few robotic arms are good. Okay, then Chief, please take your time. Lin Xiao breathed a sigh of relief as he was about to bid farewell to the deity. Wait. At this moment, LV Gang looked at Lin Xiao's page van and a bold idea appeared. Brother, do you sell this van? Ah. No, I still have to drag myself to sell pigs. Lin Xiao was speechless for a moment, and LV Gang was like a pig skinned. 600,000. LV Gang calculated in his heart. Deal. However, you need to give me a ride for now. Lin Xiao said without hesitation. LV Gang's face turned black instantly. New book, Seeking Collection, flowers, evaluation tickets, Qingming outing in happy reading. Charge 100 and get 500 VIP coupons. Immediate recharge, activity period. April 4th to April 6th. Chapter 8. Commander, do you want me to use military cards to sell pigs? You are listening at Novel Full. Audio. Grandma, Chen Shua, throw him a truck. Ah. Oh, yes. Chen Shua was surprised. He knew that LV Gang's order must be executed, so he immediately arranged for someone to overturn the car. Lin Xiao was surprised and said, No, I'm driving a military truck to pull pigs. The traffic police will stop me. Just 3 days, I'll come find you in 3 days. Old Lu got off the car and filed a record for him. LV Gang immediately called out. Uncle Lu. Seeing the people getting off the traffic police car, Lin Xiao smiled bitterly. You guys are. Old Lu didn't know what was happening outside. He had been in the car all along. When he found out that LV Gang had returned the pickup truck with a military vehicle, he was also shocked. However, with his registration, everything is fine. Quickly, the person has left. Lin Xiao looked at the green troop transport vehicle in the yard and touched his face. Crazy, these people are all crazy. Congratulations to the host. We have completed our first order with the army and the system has been automatically upgraded to an intermediate technology system, receiving an upgrade gift package. Just as Lu Gang and others were leaving and Lin Xiao was about to return to his room, the system prompted the speaker to turn on. Lin Xiao's eyes lit up and he said, Upgraded. When Lin Xiao first crossed over, he obtained a future technology system, but this technology system needs to complete tasks to receive rewards. 2 years have passed in the blink of an eye, and Lin Xiao thought they were all small things. Unexpectedly, after cooperating with the army, they upgraded. System, open the upgrade gift package. Congratulations to the host for opening the intermediate technology system upgrade gift package and obtaining 1 intelligent upgrade card and 1 photon radar blueprint. When Lin Xiao saw the reward, his eyes lit up. Smart upgrade card. Can upgrade the intelligence level of a certain type of machinery. Photon radar. Can lock real-time positions of 5,000 targets within 24 hours, with an error of no more than 0.1 meters and a maximum distance of 6,500 kilometers. When Lin Xiao saw two types of rewards, his eyes lit up. Just upgrading Yaoji, I almost went off guard today. If I attack those soldiers, I'll be gone. Attack the army. This radar is also a good thing. Didn't I even study remote needle launchers before? I can actually synthesize it. Lin Xiao thought and had already returned to the room. Yaoji, come on. Lin Xiao shouted directly to Yaoji. Master, I'm here. Yaoji quickly approached Lin Xiao with her head connected to the robotic arm. Use Smart Sound Card, Target, Smart Butler Yaoji. Smart Upgrade Card in use. Whing. A white light directly covered Lin Xiao's room. Lin Xiao didn't pay attention to this scene, but sat on the sofa and poured himself a glass of water. 10 full minutes. When the light dissipated, a white ball suspended in mid-air. Master. The ball said and flew to Lin Xiao's side. Surprisingly, you can fly. Then don't you need to be restricted by the robotic arm? Lin Xiao immediately checked Yaoji's attributes. Name. Robot Butler Level. Intermediate Intelligence, Upgradable, Features. Hybrid, solar-powered, can maintain energy for 10 days after being exposed to sunlight for 1 hour. Rechargeable. Material. Titanium alloy metal introduction. A communicative artificial intelligence butler who can authorize control over all electronic and mechanical devices, including but not limited to household appliances, vehicles, defense systems, attack systems, and so on. Looking at Yao Ji's introduction, Lin Xiao licked his lips. Titanium alloy, even bullets can't penetrate. Yao Ji, how do you feel? Lin Xiao looked at Yao Ji and asked. Master, I feel very good. The new body is very flexible, but the master's technological level needs to be improved. Yao Ji replied. Lin Xiao's face turned black. Didn't he want to? Science level is something that takes time, and it's not something that can be upgraded just because you want to. Then you can make simple modifications to fit my life. Additionally, after upgrading the defense and attack systems, my authorization is required to activate them. Okay, Master. This time it was a stroke of luck. If he were to aim his gun at the soldier again next time, Lin Xiao would probably go to jail. Also, my photon radar needs to be installed in a timely manner. This time, all the troops have entered the yard, and I haven't noticed it yet. If it were a bad person, then I wouldn't have died 800 times. Thinking of this, Lin Xiao immediately went to the neighboring studio. Lin Xiao's studio, with over 1,000 square meters and 2 floors, is considered the largest building besides residential buildings. Inside, there are various materials and equipment. After Lin Xiao walked to a workstation position, he immediately threw the blueprint of the photon radar inside. Yaoji, scan the blueprint of the photon radar, integrate and calculate materials according to the blueprint, and then search for materials to create. Okay, Master. As Lin Xiao spoke, Yaoji, who was floating next to him, immediately responded. Squeak. Squeak, squeak. A mechanical sound echoed through the computer equipment, and then more than 10 robotic arms appeared above the studio, starting to search for materials and tools inside. In less than 10 minutes, Yaoji flew to Lin Xiao's side again. Master, all the materials for the production of the photon radar are ready and sufficient to build a set of photon radars. It will take about a day. However, there is a shortage of circuit boards and silver plating in the warehouse supplies, and we need to purchase them. Okay, remind me tomorrow that I should be going to the city in the next 2 days. After the radar comes out tomorrow, let's take a walk around the city. Lin Xiao said and left the studio. For a moment, there was only the sound of mechanical arms inside the studio. 30 miles away. Chen Shua looked at LV Gang and finally spoke up. Captain, are you sure you want to transform Lin Zhao's blue page van into the command center for this exercise? LV Gang's eyes widened and he said, nonsense, do you still want me to be beheaded? Hee, this time I'm in this box truck. I see who can find me. New books, seeking collection, seeking flowers, seeking evaluation tickets, Qingming outing and happy reading. Charge 100 and get 500 VIP coupons. Immediate recharge, activity period. April 4th to April 6th. Chapter 9. Professional Failure, Captain LV of Alexander. You are listening at Novel Full. Audio. Chen Shua has nothing to say. Lin Xiao, the blue box truck painted by Page, is indeed very powerful. 3 or 4 types of radar devices cannot scan. Until now, LV Gang's eyes are still shining brightly. That tank car will be covered up with camouflage cloth for me later. No, all the vehicles will be covered up for me. The command center has set up 2, one openly placed and the other placed inside the blue box truck. I will give orders to the command car inside the box truck, and then the command car will give orders to others. By the way, when I meet with other members of the team, you can specifically find a few people to hide the tanks and vans from me, so that no one can find them. Do you understand? Yes, Captain. Today they are marching to the designated location for the exercise. In the southern military region, 10 legions are organized to compete in a 1v1 battle, competing simultaneously to eliminate the fittest. This is a major move by the southern military region. It is said that military leaders have arrived to select a regiment as a high-tech demonstration regiment. At that time, priority will be given to equipping the country's top equipment configurations. To ask all the Army Corps, which one doesn't want to get good equipment? Who doesn't want to increase military spending? Every year, the sea, land, and air compete to deceive old antiques. Oh no, applying for military expenses is the same for all 3 armies, let alone internal ones. Night falls. Somewhere in the wilderness, the lights are brightly lit. More than 10 tents were set up. After LV Gang arrived with his people, he directly entered the central tent. Yoha, isn't this LV Gang? As soon as LV Gang arrives, we can rest assured. At the very least, we don't need to be at the bottom, we can still comfort ourselves in our hearts. Ha ha ha. As soon as LV entered, he was mocked by someone. LV Gang, who was originally happy, turned black in an instant. Rogue leader, please don't pull and trample on me. I was careless a few years ago, but your ranking is not high either. Are you still in the bottom 3? 50 steps makes 100 steps. LV Gang looked fiercely at a square-faced man and said. That's also stronger than you. In the past 3 years, you've either been beheaded or killed by an explosion, and your own communication has been intercepted. How do you plan to die this time? I actually think I've come up with a good idea for you. Why don't you let the vanguard troops take care of your lair, said the square-faced man with a smile. Rogue leader, this time, I'm going to suppress you and beat you. It's best to divide you and me into one group. Look at me beating you, your parents don't even know you. LV Gang was really angry. He was mocked by this arch-rival as soon as he arrived here. Hey, LV Gang, if you call me the rogue leader again, be careful I won't be polite to you. The rogue leader said as he rolled up his sleeves. Come on. LV Gang also rolled up his sleeves to start. 2 people are like 2 reckless men. Alright, you 2 are almost 100 years old together. What are you doing? Lu Lei, LV Gang, sit down, said the person at the front of the command table. Yes, Chief. The 2 of them dared not make mistakes, so they quickly bowed and sat down safely. After everyone was seated, the person in charge spoke up, Ladies and gentlemen, the southern military region has arrived with 10 medium-sized legions. If there are any more words, I won't say much. This exercise will be watched by the military leaders, and all the battles will be recorded. The first place will be equipped with the most advanced equipment to create the first medium-sized armored legion. As for the loser, it will not be a shame, but will be expelled. What? Delisting. Upon hearing the expulsion, 10 people at the level of regimental leaders immediately turned green. Previously, it was all mocked for a year, but this time, it's different. The person in charge scanned everyone's face, especially LV Gang, and then spoke again. Modern warfare is not just about winning with a large number of people, but a multi-dimensional, information-based, and diverse war. LV Gang, a few times ago, you were at the bottom for 3 consecutive years because your communication system was blocked. You should have a deep understanding, and this time, it is crucial to use high-tech applications and equipment, increase military spending, reduce the number of people, and the losing legion will be reorganized. This is a play and a test, and the last 2 legions will transform from combat legions to technology legions. Combat to technology. Or 2 legions. Everyone present is unnatural. Soldiers, those are all going to die on the battlefield. Is transformation okay? Yeah, if I change jobs, it would be embarrassing. Chief, we are all frontline combat troops. Isn't this a bit hasty? Yeah, before the earthquake and flood, which of the young guys in our team wasn't screaming? This made us switch to logistics. This. A few team leaders immediately had objections. Fight back, fight back, fight back. These few of them have a great relationship and don't want to see their old colleagues change jobs. What are you doing? You think Chen Yunlong is willing to do it? This is the order from above. Just behave well this time and obey the order. Yes. Chen Yunlong is a division commander and the main person in charge of this exercise. His face darkened. In one sentence, everyone must obey orders. Chen Yunlong scanned everyone's faces and finally turned his gaze to LV Gang. LV Gang, you've lost acting for 3 consecutive years. If you're still at the bottom this time. Chen Yunlong didn't continue, so he understood very clearly. For a moment, all eyes gathered here at LV Gang. A sense of humiliation emerged in LV Gang's heart. Report to the leader. LU Gang has confidence in ranking in the top 5 in this exercise. LU Gang felt a chill in his heart and immediately stood up, straightened up, and stood at attention. Chen Yunlong and the others stared at LV Gang, almost saying, I don't believe it. These words are written on their forehead. Alright, I know your feelings. Talking too much is useless. When I mention you, I also want you to show all your strength and treat this performance as a real battle. Chen Yunlong said. Yes. LV Gang said without changing his expression. And his heart was already filled with anger. Why is he? Is it so certain that he is going to be eliminated? After the meeting ended, LV Gang ignored everyone and left directly. Chen Shua has been outside all along, and when he heard the conversation inside, he also left. Ah, it seems that old LV is really angry. What's the use of anger? With the same equipment and configuration, the rest depends on people. We have all figured out his tricks, such as information warfare, diversified warfare, and ultimately, it all depends on people's command. For a moment, the other few people looked at LV Gang's back with a sympathetic expression. New books, Seeking Flowers, reviews, various data. Qingming outing and happy reading. Charge 100 and get 500 VIP coupons. Immediate recharge, activity period. April 4th to April 6th. Chapter 10. Photon Radar, Small Days Under Interference. You are listening at Novel Full. Audio. 2 days passed in an instant. Lin Xiao looked at the photon radar assembled by the equipment in the workshop, his eyes flickering. Is this photon radar? Good thing, it happens to be combined with the matrix transmitter I previously researched. Lin Xiao in the pig farm woke up early in the morning. I have been busy conducting various tests on pigs these past few days, and only now do I have time to come to the studio. This is a device that looks like a large suitcase. After Lin Xiao opened it, he saw the screen above and the console below. On the side, it can also be opened, and hidden inside are 3 antennas on the left and right sides, just like a Wi-Fi transmitter. A data panel suddenly appeared in front of Lin Xiao. Photon radar, first generation. With a detection range of 6,500 kilometers and meticulous exploration, with an error of no more than 0.1 meters, it can detect 5,000 active targets in 24 hours. After seeing this information, Lin Xiao couldn't help but lick his lips. Great, then explore it. Just as Lin Xiao's hand touched the photon radar, various operation instructions immediately entered Lin Xiao's mind. Is the exploration distance 6,500 kilometers? Although it is not possible to explore the entire blue star, the 6,500 kilometer radius is still the first generation. If there is an intelligent upgrade card, you can continue to upgrade. So now. Lin Xiao's fingers were lightning fast on the keyboard, constantly typing commands. Then, a faint drip sound immediately came from the photon radar system. A radar image of 50 miles around Lin Xiao appeared on the screen in front of him. There was a clattering sound. The entire range of the pig farm purchased by Lin Xiao, along with the surrounding building area, breeding area, and planting area, was presented on the screen in front of him. Not bad. Next is the life form. Another operation, thousands of red dots appeared on the screen. Remove those small animals and match the appearance of wild boars. Data input, in an instant, 1,100 targets appeared on the front screen. These pigs, some are lying down, some are crawling with weeds, some are defecating, all in various forms. Not bad, so the pig won't get lost. Lin Xiao was very satisfied with the photon radar. I just don't know if the farthest distance can be explored. Lin Xiao suddenly became interested. 6,500 kilometers, enough to cover a large area. As the radar distance unfolded, a circular map immediately appeared in front of Lin Xiao. Explore objects with high movement speed. Lin Xiao thought about it and immediately gave the command. In an instant, various red dot information was marked, and Lin Xiao knew what it was. Isn't this the warning map for domestic and foreign aviation planes? Radar, in addition to being able to explore objects within the area, can also be used to adjust frequency, explore messages and instructions from the other party, and even become radar interference. When Lin Xiao saw a small island country on the right, he suddenly became interested. He directly found a defense tower in the small island country, entered a piece of data, and found his radar frequency small island country. At a border island base, for soldiers are leisurely chatting. Yamano Jun, I heard that you learned a foreign language with Miss Kurosawa from Ikemoto yesterday. I wonder if it's true, asked the guy with a mustache. Xiao Shi, of course it's true. Miss Kurosawa's oral proficiency is too high, and I feel inferior. Yamano Jun smiled and said. I don't know, can you bring me one? I also love learning foreign languages. There's no problem with that, Miss Kurosawa said. We love the soldiers of our self-defense force the most. We are very strong, and after rising up, we have exceeded the length of a matchbox. She really likes it, said Jun Yamano. That's really great. We stare at the surveillance radar every day, it's so boring. I need to completely relax. Good brother, of course we understand. Shanai hugged Kimura's shoulder and said. Didi Didi. At this moment, the radar system suddenly sounded an alarm, and Yamano and Kimura immediately went to check. Not good, there is a high-speed flying object approaching our country quickly without prior reporting. Quickly, notify the commander to activate the air defense system and prepare for interception. Yes. The alarm sounded immediately, and some soldiers were instantly awakened. After receiving the order, the superior issued a Level 1 security order, with at least 5 planes flying straight into the sky within 3 minutes. But just 5 minutes later, the plane received an order. I haven't found any targets that can move at high speed. Impossible. However, the rapidly moving target suddenly disappeared. After watching the news from the radar, their commander broke out in cold sweat and repeatedly confirmed that there was indeed a high-speed object approaching. However, if a missile arrived and could not be intercepted in a timely manner, they all had to take responsibility. Sir, it's not good. The target has changed its position and is heading east. At this moment, someone reported again. What? The defense chief was frightened. If the missile goes to Dongdu, it will be completely ruined. Sir, should I inform the Prime Minister? Notice, hurry up, it's too late. A series of phone calls were made, and the shore officer was frightened and immediately ordered an interception. He himself had already called his assistant to dispatch a helicopter to pick him up and leave. After receiving the order, the Prevention and Control Department immediately launched an interception missile. When the military of the small island country saw the intercepting missile approaching the red dot quickly, they couldn't help but sweat their palms. Quickly, gather satellite cloud images and check the missile's position. The Air Defense Chief ordered. After a brief operation, the person below was shocked. Report, the satellite only detected our interception missile and did not detect any other missiles. What? This time, the Chief of Defense and Control's legs are all weak. New books, seeking flowers, seeking evaluation tickets, seeking collections, Qingming outing and happy reading. Charge 100 and get 500 VIP coupons. Immediate recharge, activity period. April 4th to April 6th.